All right, Oilers fans, listen up. These past few weeks have been nothing short of chaotic for Edmonton. First, rumors about the goalie situation got shut down almost overnight. Then, analysts started saying the team blew a golden opportunity in the market, and just when you thought it couldn't get worse, boom, Edmonton ended up being labeled one of the biggest losers of the NHL offseason. Things are heating up, and we're all demanding answers. If you love the Oilers, hit that subscribe button so we can hit 1,000 subscribers and show the strength of our fan base. Expectations are sky high. The window to win is wide open, and every decision made right now could shape the future of this franchise. That's why any whisper, any behind-the-scenes move, gets blown way out of proportion. And when we're talking goalies, things get even more serious. Everyone knows it. There's no winning the Stanley Cup without total confidence in the net. Lately, people have been asking if the Oilers would roll the dice on a fresh face to strengthen that spot. There's no shortage of names. Young goalies from all over started getting linked to Edmonton. Prospects from Detroit, New Jersey, even a few who've switched teams recently. The idea of bringing in new, promising talent got part of the fan base excited. But here's the reality check. Is it really worth risking everything on a less experienced player in a win-now phase? That's the question hanging over the team. If it backfires, the season could go down the drain before we even hit the final stretch. This is where someone who knows the weight of wearing the Oilers jersey comes in. Former goalie Devan Dubnyk recently spoke on this, and his words basically killed all the speculation that Edmonton would bet on an unproven NHL youngster. Dubnyk said it doesn't make sense to put a team chasing the Stanley Cup in the hands of someone who still needs time to develop. And he's right there, simply isn't time for that with the Oilers right now. That doesn't rule out a trade. But according to Dubnyk, if a young goalie comes in, it'll be more to fill a third-string role, learning the ropes, while vets, like Calvin Pickard, provide day-to-day stability. Looking at realistic names, a few are on the radar. Vitek, Vanecek, Spencer Knight, Daniel Vladar, or even Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen if Buffalo decides to move him. They all have a solid chunk of NHL experience and could provide far more consistency than a raw prospect. Bottom line, the Oilers know they need stability. Right now, that means keeping Stuart Skinner consistent and having an experienced backup without turning 2024 25ths into a testing ground. The margin for error is razor-thin. So I want to ask you, fans, are the Oilers right to chase stability instead of rolling the dice on a young goalie, or is now the perfect time to gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with other fans, and subscribe to grow our passionate Oilers community. Now, picture this, getting called one of the biggest losers in the NHL offseason right after such a promising campaign. That's exactly what happened, and the fallout isn't slowing down. This can shake team morale and even fan confidence. Want to know how this could affect the Stanley Cup dream? Stick around, the next piece is unmissable. Let me ask you something. How many times have you felt this team was one piece away, but that key piece never arrived? Anyone who follows the Oilers knows this feeling repeats every year. We see talent, we see stars, we see the ability to compete with any NHL franchise, but when it matters most, something always seems to tip the scales against us. And you know exactly which position I'm talking about. The goalie question isn't new. The Oilers have a booming offense and a defense that's improving, but in net, doubts remain. And it's not just me saying that the NHL itself has been talking about this for years. Here's the kicker. A major opportunity came up on the market, one that could have changed the whole picture. But management chose to stand still. Yep. I'm talking about Jeremy Swayman, the star goalie from the Boston Bruins. Remember that whole contract saga? Many thought Edmonton could seize the moment and make a bold move, but that didn't happen. Insider Pierre McGuire recently said that Oilers flat out missed a chance to hit a home run in goal. Harsh words, but they reflect a real sentiment. McGuire even said the team missed out not only on Swayman, but also on Ullmark. That's two clear chances to land a Vezina, a library goalie. And you know how it goes. Playoffs are won by goalies.2. Make matters worse, Swayman signed an 8-year, $66 million deal with Boston, but he didn't exactly light the world on fire the following season. Even so, Edmonton's inaction might have cost a Stanley Cup. So the question remains, If Swayman or another top goalie becomes available again, will the Oilers finally make a move, or will history just repeat itself? That could be the difference between dreaming and winning. And I want to hear from you fans. Did Edmonton miss the chance of the decade, or was management right not to take the risk? Comment below. You've seen rumors shot down, heavy criticism, and now the narrative around the Oilers is heading into dangerous territory. While rivals strengthen their rosters, Edmonton seems stuck on decisions that split opinions. The next development could be the most controversial of the offseason. Hang tight, it might completely change how you see this team. We all know last season was rough. The team went deep, came up short again, and in the end, it felt like we were missing one final push to lift the Stanley Cup. After back-to-back finals, everyone expected precise, smart adjustments in the off-season. Instead, management went full-on overhaul. Some veteran leaders are gone. In their place, the gamble was on young talent, full of potential, but lacking the experience this team will need under pressure. That's left the fan base split. Some feel the refresh was necessary to bring speed and energy. Others worry that, without seasoned players, the team could falter when the playoff pressure hits again. And if you think that's just fan opinion, it's not. NHL media in the US have put the Oilers squarely in the spotlight. One respected outlet dropped a bombshell. For Oilers Nation, Daily Faceoff called Edmonton one of the biggest losers of this offseason. That's right, after 2 straight finals, analysts feel the team didn't strengthen and may have even taken a step back. Matt Larkin, a leading voice at Daily Faceoff, ranked the Oilers among the 5 teams that weakened the most compared to last year. Betting on prospects like Isaac Howard and Matthew Savoy could backfire, since proven production from vets like Evander Kane and Corey Perry wasn't replaced. Meanwhile, direct rivals took a different route. Florida held on to key pieces and added selective reinforcements. Vegas landed Mitch Marner on an already strong roster. In other words, the competition moved smarter. Edmonton still has talent, no question about that. But the big question: could the lack of depth and reliance on young, unproven players become a problem when the Stanley Cup is on the line? Time will tell, but the doubts are real, so I want to know your take, fans. Do you think the Oilers actually got weaker this offseason? Or could these young players surprise and deliver in 2025? This is a conversation our passionate community needs to have. So go ahead, leave your thoughts below, share this video with fellow Oilers fans, and subscribe. Let's follow every move of this team that tugs at our hearts like no other.